Biafrans, Tokwase Chuku Obi. Welcome to my platform. I greet you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone or anytime you are meeting this platform called Linda's TV Show. If it is your first time and you like what we do here, kindly subscribe. Put on your notification bell to all notifications. In that way, you'll be able to know when we upload a new video. Here we react to all forms of video. We'll inform, educate the members of the public about the happenings. I put a disclaimer that we do not preach misleading information, hate speech, or violence in this platform, and I also seize this opportunity to appreciate you too for creating this wonderful platform. A call for self-determination is not a call for war.
Also, this is very necessary because of our ongoing self-referendum. Everybody, you could remember that we have embarked on this self-referendum, which is online voting. We need as many votes as possible. And I want everybody to understand that this is a collective task that we must do. So those of you can individually sponsor many, private individuals to help in voting. It is very, very important. And like I have always said, we don't care how these votes are coming in, because we are going to defend it at the end of the day. And in case anybody is concerned about the pattern and the way this vote is being carried out, then we'll be talking about how to conduct, a more, however they want it, referendum. But for now, it is in our power to decide as a government how this referendum is being conducted. It is in our power to decide that, and whoever that is not happy with the way we are conducting the referendum will also do us good to bring in the United Nations, and they will conduct it by themselves to their own satisfaction. But for us, we are very, very okay with the system and the pattern of this voting so far, and we are very, very happy with the results so far. So the first stage of the voting is going to end in May. When the first stage of the voting ends, we will now look at our progress, where we feel we need to do some amendment, and we are going to go to the second stage of voting. And I want everybody to understand that because of the disenfranchisement in the voting, because we are using electronic means, the outcome or the turnout of the voting may not be what we expect. So, but what we are looking at is to get the highest percentage from the 4 million people that voted during the last presidential election. That's our target. We are not targeting to get 20 million or 70 million or 80 million, because it is not going to be possible because of the disenfranchisement in this voting, the government threat, the fear factor, the conspiracy theory that the criminals and the enemies of our freedom are putting out there, which we believe that the coming of the satellite radio will go a very long way in putting culpability where culpability is, especially in those rural areas where they have used lies and propaganda to deceive certain individuals. So we need those individuals to also cast their vote. But as soon as we finish this first stage, the second stage of voting will probably be different from what we have in the first stage. Now we are learning to know where we are going to make some amendments. So those of you in the US, you can take it upon yourself to make contact to those back home and help in buying data for them, for example, so they can help in, you can give each person a task to get you 1,000 votes, for example, and provide data for them. The rules have not changed, but because there is problem with the data, there is problem with the internet, and this is the first time we are doing such thing, knowing fully well that the internet is not accessible in Biafra land, not even in Nigeria. So it is already used, because we are using the electronic means, is already a disenfranchisement on its own. But we have to do what we got to do to support those who will have the opportunity and the means to use their mobile phone to help others to vote. So it is a task I am giving to every one of you, and also it is a responsibility that every one of us must take. Why the Biafra government in exile and the de facto government in the homeland are providing some gadget to selected electoral officials in each state, it is not enough. So we need to individually, on our own, help the government in making sure that the dream of having as many votes as possible before October, November is achieved. And that is number 2. And then we go to the defense of the Biafra land. As you all can see, your support to the government in exile, your contribution has seen a total protection and defense of the Biafra territory, that today there is no attack, there is no mass killing in Biafra land. It is, the credit goes to you because you have made it possible. So the United States, Biafrans in the United States, I would like everyone to clap for yourself, because while other Nigerians are crying, indigenous people in Nigeria are crying, you are not crying. But remember, it has been taking a lot out of you. A lot of resources, a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice has made it possible that people in Biafra land today are bragging that nobody can come there and attack and go free. And we are just starting. We have invested in defense of Biafra, and we continue to invest. And I want every one of you to understand that when we are being faced with threat of extinction, it requires a lot of resources to make the enemy to understand that you can't come in and kill and go. And that particular message, I believe today, is very, very clear to the enemy that Biafra land is a no-go area. And that's why we are doing many things we are doing, which a lot of people will never understand. It is also the same way when every nation are displaying their military might, their military capability, their defense, capability, is sending message to the enemy that you cannot try us, and we will deal with you. So even though we don't have aircraft, we don't have fighter jet, we don't have military tanks and all that, we have ground forces, bigger than Nigeria. We also have men who are more brave, more trained, even more experienced than those Nigeria terrorist army. And I don't need to be saying it because the result is there. So we are also sending messages to those who have been attacking other indigenous people in Nigeria, killing them in masses. 2 days ago, we were watching how they were running from Plateau State, from the community that hosts one of the university there, and people were massacred. And everybody was watching, and what they do, and they have been doing for ages, is to video and be shouting and post it on social media. There is no help. Nobody comes to defend them. And don't forget that we, the Biafra people, were once there. We were once in their shoe. We were once seeing us being massacred, and we make videos and share. We were once being chased away from our own community and our own villages, only for us to share the video. We were once even advocating for people to always video and speak English, so that when we post it out there on social media, the world will know what is going on. We have advocated for that when we were like them. But today, we are no longer doing that. Today, when the criminals and the terrorists come to kill, we have what it takes to defend ourselves. And if they succeed in inflicting any pain to us, we are also in the position to share or not to share, because the capability to defend our land is there. And to those who have sabotaged the Biafra Defense Forces in their different villages, most of them have also paid the price of the sabotage. Because when the enemy come, before we will go there, they may have inflicted number of degrees of damages in their community. And so many of them have repented and have realized their mistake. So there is no sabotage. But knowing our people who they are, and because of what Nigeria have inflicted in their brains, it is never going to end. The sabotage is something that we are going to face till the restoration of Biafra. And that's why when the sabotage comes, I am not very bothered, because it is part of the struggle. It is not just because of Biafra, it is the sabotage is everywhere. There are countries that are sabotaging their own country today. So it is something that have to do with humans, and we can't eradicate it completely. But the good news is that when Biafra become an independent state, we have the solution. We have what it takes to end every sabotage, to make every single person become patriotic citizen. Through government policies, through inclusive governance, through equality, progress, equity, and justice. Nobody will have any reason to go against or feel neglected by the government, like what we see in Nigeria today. The neglect, the marginalization, the inequality is too much. And so, last time I also promised the Biafrans in the United States that the Biafra government is moving to the AU, the African Unity or African Union, and we are approaching the Banjul Court. The Banjul Court, we are filing the application for reparation. That is going to be in the next few days. This particular process will kickstart. And we are also activating the Article 20 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. The Article 20 clearly states that all people shall have the right to existence. They shall have the unquestionable and the inalienable right to self-determination. And that's where we are today. It went further to say, they shall freely determine their political status and shall pursue their economics and social development according to the policy that have freely chosen. So we have chosen our own policy according to what is enshrined in the African Charter of Human and People's Rights. Also, the Article 20, Article 21 of the same charter state, all people shall freely dispose of their wealth and natural resources. We have not given that right by the Nigeria state to dispose our wealth and natural resources. This right shall be exercised in the exclusive interest of the people. What is happening in Nigeria today is a complete violation of the African Charter, Article 21. There has never been any time in the history of Nigeria that Nigeria government considered the indigenous people under which the natural resources that Nigeria is using to fund terrorism today is coming from. And in no case shall a people be deprived of it. Nigeria have deprived us from the time they discovered natural resources in Nigeria, and which is located in Biafra land. This is what we are going to pursue simultaneously as we fight in diplomatic way, international level, globally, and then of course in defense of Biafra land. We are following Nigeria and fighting with using multidimensional approach. So those of you who are yet to purchase your ticket as a delegate to Finland, you have a limited time to do so, because the limited number of people will soon we will soon get to that limit. And once that limit comes, it means you may not have the opportunity to participate in this historic event where the declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra will be declared in Finland. So, people of Biafra in the United States, remember, to whom much is given, much is expected. You have given much to the Biafra Republic government in exile, and of course, our much expected is what you are seeing today, where Biafra land has been sealed and protected under the watch and defense of the Biafra Defense Force, which include Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra Resistance Fighters, the Biafra Air Force, and Biafra Navy. The Navy of Biafra is very active in Bakassi Peninsula. The reason for Bakassi Peninsula is because of the experience of the Biafra War. We know exactly what Nigeria did to us and Cameroon during the Biafra War. The blockade of Biafra were very effective. They used Bakassi Peninsula to enforce the blockade of Biafra. So when you are hearing that rocket that is moving, it is only in Bakassi that the Biafra Defense Forces have used rocket. And you know, some of them are wondering, is this really rocket or what is it? Yes, we are using rocket. Because when they come to kill, they also come with RPG, and we need to have more superior response. That's why the explosion is being heard in Bakassi and no other place at this point. So it is going to be continue like that. And of course, with the help of the alliance of Amazonia, we are making sure that this particular alliance is yielding the desired result. So the Biafran Navy will continue to use rocket to make sure we delegitimize Nigeria and weaken this particular area that were used for the blockade of Biafra. That's why what is happening there is that, because a lot of you may have been asked the question, why is the rocket, why is the explosion in Bakassi and all that? We are making a very big statement in Bakassi to tell them this time around there will be no blockade and it will never work. And that's why we are also investing on air defense. As I'm talking to you today, we can boast of air defense, anti-aircraft, many of them, and it will continue to come. So our investment on defense is increasing, and as it increases, it is also more responsibility as we need to feed those machines. So this evening, I am here again to brief you all with this little update. Of course, there are many updates that I may not even remember, which the cabinet may help me, but if we begin to tell you what we have done within these 2 weeks before that I came here, you will never believe it. But these are the most essential ones that I believe that I need to update all of you to know the progress we're making. And then in the next few weeks, I will come here to give you update on the Banjo court application, which I have just explained now. And before then, hopefully, there will be a very concrete update, and maybe you may have read about it even before coming on mainstream media. I welcome all of you. Thank you for your support. I think the media, everybody can have opportunity to unmute, and if they want to, give a round of applause because I didn't hear anything.
We were all muted.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Therefore, Mama, thank you. Bless you. Bless you. God bless you.
Welcome to you.
Carry on.
Show.
With the war. The war.
Gulanya Yonaga.
Prime Minister.
America, take your time because always give you a special treatment. So I'm not here to hurry to leave.
Really?
I waited for this town hall meeting, and this is
We sleep here.
this is 1 a.m. here. So I'll be here to answer. I'll be here to answer any question.
Thank you, sir.
Address any
God
of
bless
your
you,
concern.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So
Thank you so much. You love you, sir.
Sister.
Thank you. Please, if you need camera, on your camera now. If your camera is not on, Prime Minister, like you said, if you want to count all the achievements in the past weeks, we wouldn't live here. And I think you didn't even remember the Canada government recognition of the Biafran people. So that's one also they need to also remember.
Yes.
That is on the achievement within the weeks.
Because Anna suggest $50 kwa n'aka. Ọ dịtụ louder. Because aka adịghị born again. Ọ ga-adịghị born again. Ana m ewere $50 dị na-akwa aka. Na 50, 20, 30.
More than $50. So
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Before any other agenda.
Okay, so over to media for those that raise their hands and want to support the PM, support what we're doing, because we have to have some adulation here, because the list of things and achievement our PM has listed is really awesome, very, very awesome. So if you want to raise your hand to support, with his presence here today and what he's been doing, please do so. Okay.
And please, before I give the $50, I want to give a testimony, because Otua, our Prime Minister, just mentioned it. It is not just like that. 2023, nobody in my village went to plant anything in the farm. Everybody ran away. 2023. But today, the farm season is full and people are going to farm. We have not had one occasion of these people coming to disturb us. Last year, 2023, Fulani herdsman killed 5 people in my village. I know what I'm saying. People were sleeping in the bush every night. But this year, there has been farm season going on. People are not sleeping in the bush. It is because of our Biafra Liberation Army.
Thank you. Please, you can open your camera now. The camera option is open now for everyone to open their cameras. Mazi Minike, over to you, please. Unmute yourself.
I was raising my hand to the $50 suggestion for the announcement that our Prime Minister made. That's why I raised my hand.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Mazi Chukuma Eze,
thank you.
Mazi Chukuma Eze, unmute yourself.
Please, can you turn on my camera, please?
Yeah, you can do it. Turn your camera on. Yeah, everyone can turn their camera on now. Turn your camera on.
Thank you so much. Good day, my able and honorable Prime Minister. Thank you for giving us time today, taking your time to visit us. We know there's so much going on, and thank you for all that you're doing. I just want to thank each and every one of us on this Zoom meeting, the media personnel, the cabinet member, everyone. Everyone is doing a great job. So I'm gonna be supporting today with the sum of $200. I'll make my payment and send it to my coordinator. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We need more hands up for support, more hands up for donations. We are in donation cycle now, please.
So, media.
Hands up for donations, hands up for donations. Support the PM from his address and all the achievements we've had in days.
Yes.
Why don't unmute yourself?
Please note that you are also here to ask him very concerned questions, very important questions, questions that will shake the zoo to their taproot. Ask questions. Questions are that you have to draw the header and answer. Thank you.
Where they go?
Okay, thank you. I'm very happy. I'm very happy Nifena for PM. Jisike n'ọlụ. Ndị na-akwado gị jisike n'ọlụ. Afa mbe fat. Abụ m nwa oyibo na mmadụ. Ndị a bụ ndị gbara ọsọ Biafra back then. And my father, both of them now late. Ben oyibo na mmadụ. Mana abata m ka nnu ife a na-ekwu. So jisi na ike m ejikwu $200 wee support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. No,
thank you. Texas, Maganum, Texas. So
thank you. Thank you.
Mommy, thank you so much.
Mazi Felix, over to you.
Thank you, my PM.
Thank you. There.
Thank you.
There.
I cannot be happy enough. I cannot be happy enough to listen to the achievements so far. You are wonderful. I'm happy that you are spiritually alive to receive messages from the divine so that we can move on without hitch. Thank you so much. I'm supporting this event with $50 from Washington State. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, once again. Honorable Chukuma,
thank you.
Over to you, unmute yourself.
Good evening, everybody. My honorable PM, good evening, and yeah, welcome. I'm sorry, I was a bit late because of engagement at workplace. So I tried to sneak out to make sure that I featured at least a CPM at least on that time. So we are all happy for the development and so on and so forth. So without wasting time, please, I'm from Guyana, and I tried to link up with other people concerned, but their line was not going. So I wanted my next person to be here before me. So I'm supporting with $50 to welcome PM. That I will meet tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of the gods of Biafra, unmute yourself. Mouthpiece of the gods of Biafra, unmute yourself. Not ready? Tony B, unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Mouthpiece, go on, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you, Minister Barawa. Good evening, Your Excellency Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. Greetings to all the ministers present. Greetings to all you wonderful Biafrans present. I've not been speaking anywhere for the past 2 days because a family member passed away, but because Odogu, one name, is coming to US again, I decided to come get Osoji for him with sorry?
Yeah.
Hello.
Sorry. Continue.
Okay. So because Odogu name is coming to US again to visit us, I decided to come to get Osoji for him. So I brought Osoji for him with $50, and for his coming, for this visit, I made it 50, which is $100. I've already sent the receipt to our own admin, MD admin, Mr. Joshua, who is doing a very wonderful job. So sometimes when he calls out my name, it sounds masterpiece to me, but I don't know if everybody's hearing it that way. So whenever you hear him say masterpiece, just know it's me. So I also want to use this opportunity, Your Excellency, to bring about one of our own, who is Mr. Mazi David Nana of BWOC, who is in dire need of help for his residency in Mozambique, I think. So he told me that you, the Prime Minister, have delegated one of the sacked ministers before to help him to do everything before the minister was sacked for insubordinacy. So please, I don't know, his wife recently had a new baby, and this child is suffering due to the status of where he's staying. Please, I don't know if you can delegate someone again to help him get make sure that the police don't repatriate him back to Biafra land. Please, that's what I want to say before I leave.
Which minister was assigned to help him that was sacked?
He told me it's Gaddafi. He told me it's Gaddafi.
I've never delegated Gaddafi. Gaddafi is never a minister. So
okay.
On what capacity was he working? He's not in a capacity, in any position to help anybody anywhere. So which person was he talking with?
That was what he told me. So I said I'll bring it up when I speak to you.
That particular explanation shows the person has been on the wrong side. We have our procedures, which if you are seeking for support from the government through the Foreign Affairs Minister or Ministry, you have to go to the government website, official website. There is an application where you will fill the application, and the Foreign Affairs Department will receive your information, and in accordance with your request, they will reach out to you. And if it is about supplying you with, providing you with a letter, supporting letter, it is going to come from the Foreign Affairs Department. So the person, this is the problem of the sabotage we are talking about. Somebody will go and present himself that I assigned him or appointed him. I never did anything like that. And we have the similar problem in Italy, where somebody have been attending meeting claiming that I sent him. I never sent anybody to attend any meeting in Italy.
Imagine.
I never sent anybody to represent me or represent the Foreign Affairs Department. The Minister of Foreign Affairs is Attorney Jane. Director of the Foreign Affairs Department, Director General is Professor Joy Roby. And so if anything that has to do with any individual anywhere in the world, any Biafra anywhere in the world that has to do with the Foreign Affairs Department, these individuals must be aware of it through the official channel, which is through the website of the government. So tell the person that he has been swimming in the ocean. Nobody knows anything. The government is not aware of whatever that has been going on in his life. I have never heard about him. I've never directed anybody to him.
Okay, my Prime Minister, because he hosts space with us on X all the time, so I don't know anything about it, but I told him I'm going to bring it up when I speak to you today.
Tell
So
him
that's just what.
tell him to go through the right channel. How can the person be hosting space and he's not aware? The media teams are here, you know. So these are the people that are causing confusion here and there. They should ask the media team. The media team will give them information, the right information. I'm not thinking that somebody is close to me. Nobody is close to me here.
All right. Thank you so much, Prime Minister. I'll let him know. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
PM, thank you very much for this clarification. I'm going to be giving 500 for days that you just cleared to let people that don't know that whoever that want to sabotage us, one day I got bar for you na, you know. So from that we go out there and claim departments that they are not part of, just trying to deceive people. One day we'll be out in public what they are doing in their own.
Thank you. Minister of Biafra, thank you. Tony B, over to you, please. Please, we need more hands up for donations as we continue. Tony B, over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Minister Barawa. Thank you, my fellow Biafrans in diaspora. And thank you, my Prime Minister, for being here with us this evening. I have two things. One is my donation, of course. I'm welcoming you with a sum of $100. I will remit that to my able coordinator, Florence Ezim. And next one is, there is a video I saw on a Telegram. That was, I think, over 2 weeks ago, about a young man who was being butchered like a cow. On further inquiry, I was meant to understand that he was a kind of saboteur, against the Biafran struggle. And he made what he deserved, that was the language. But I believe that that kind of reaction to whatever might be the problem is not us. This kind of thing came from the Fulanis. We know how to deal with these situations. Somebody could be a saboteur, and we have ways of treating them. But to butcher a human being like that, head on one part, the hands, and they keep on doing that. The video showed it.
Tony, did the Prime Minister post the video you said?
I have no idea who posted it. I saw it.
Well, I don't even know. I have not seen the video you are talking about. And anything that doesn't come from us, from me, doesn't exist. It's not from us. So, and you know that there are many faces, who are out there trying to discredit and blackmail the Biafra movement. It didn't start today. It has been there for a long time, even before we joined the Biafra struggle. So I have not seen the video you are talking about, and anything I did not post is not coming from this Biafra government or the forces under Biafra government. Whatever we do it public, and we are not harming any civilians. Civilians are to be protected. Our arms are against those who carry arms to kill our people. And so sabotage comes in different ways. There are sabotage, of the movement. Maybe somebody is giving information to the enemy. That's a sabotage. There is also a sabotage of those who, by those who will carry gun to kill people and to blame it on the Biafra struggle. So those kind of people we have seen in the past, and we still see them. But we don't, our guns are not against the civilians and against our own people. Our guns are, the first enemy is the Nigeria state, which by all ramification has committed genocide unchallenged for many decades. So we're defending ourselves. And then, of course, the terrorists coming from Sahel under the shelter of the Nigeria government, which are those, especially those killing people all over Nigeria. So our own is to make sure they don't enter Biafra land and kill again. They have done it in the past. We all see how, also how Umahi was crying on national television in a Hamufu. He was crying because he thought they are going to listen to him. They didn't listen to him. And he came to a Hamufu, to the scene where they butchered over 30%, and he cried there. He said, upon all the assurances they gave to him, overnight, they disappeared from the...
Thank you so much, my wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notifications. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.